Phil Twyford.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. I seek leave to have this question held over because I think Mr Brownlee would be sorry to miss it.
Order. Leave is sought to hold the question over. Is there any objection? There is. The member can proceed to ask his question.
My question is for the Minister of Transport. Why is the government planning to fund the City Rail Link from 2020 and not 2016 as proposed by the Auckland Council?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Order. On behalf of the Minister of Transport, to be clear, the government will be announcing details of how it will advance the City Rail Link tomorrow. It will not be funding the entire project. In 2017, the Waterview connection, funded by this government, will open and will finally complete the Auckland motorway network. This will lead to a considerable improvement in the transport system.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
What financial or traffic modelling was done to justify the selection of 2020 as the year to start funding the project? And what vital information was provided by the well-known transport planners Curia Research?
Right, the Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, Mr Speaker, if there was to be any research done, it was probably going to be by Herald and Digipol, but nevertheless, there were a number of reports and assessments that say that the project becomes more viable closer to 2030. So we've looked at the likely demographics of Auckland and determined that we do need to future-proof the city, and therefore we support the rail loop being built from 2020.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary.
Order. Phil Twyford.
Why is the government continuing to deliberately hold back Auckland growth by delaying the start of the CRL by 4 years when the project can be started now and in service by 2020, adding badly needed jobs and prosperity to the Auckland economy?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, on behalf of the Minister of Transport, no government has done more to advance the interests of Auckland Transport than this one. There have been a huge number of projects.
Point of order.
I asked why the government is delaying the start of the CRL. I didn't ask for a diatribe about the government's past policies.
And if the member gave enough opportunity for the Minister to answer the question, we might hear the answer. Would the Minister please
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Transport, in response to the part of the question where the member asked why is the government holding back Auckland's development, no government has done more than this one to advance Auckland's interests in rail, in the electrification, in EMUs, in Waterview, in the State Highway 16 project that member opposed. I think we do very well and stand up when it comes to Auckland transport.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Phil Twyford.
No member on this side of the House ever opposed State Highway 16.
Order. That is not a point of order. Order! That is not a valid point of order. And the member's going to be very lucky today to be allowed to continue with his questioning. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Why is it that a new survey out today says that only 18% of Aucklanders rate the government as trustworthy? And what does that appalling level of trust mean for the government's ability to contribute to the Auckland economic growth agenda if hardly anyone trusts a word they say?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse, as far as he has ministerial responsibility.
Quite frankly, I'm amazed that the member should be reading about polls, and that particular poll polled very high levels of support for this particular project, much higher support, I have to say, than the recent Herald Digi poll on his leader, his party, or his leader and party combined.
Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
Can he confirm that Minister of Economic Development, the Honourable Stephen Joyce, has until very recently been describing the City Rail Link to senior Auckland business leaders in terms that are too obscene to be repeated in this House?
Oh, go on. Order. Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Transport, clearly I can't confirm those comments, but what I know is that Mr Joyce did agree with the Auckland Council that it should go ahead and protect the route, and that is occurring as we speak. When the Minister of Transport inherited that ministry, we carried on the position that had previously been taken.
Question number 3 in McKelvey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister.